with 76% ball possession as against 23 that is expected. I mean, we are the defending champions of this tournament. I'm flanked, of course, with the men in the house. Vicky Dedias, Vicky, I hail you.
Thank you so much. Really impressive start by the Scorchers so far. They're full of energy. They are running a lot, covering a lot of grounds. And again, these days, if you're not running a lot in the game, you have to have a lot of, you have to do a lot of moving the ball and controlling the game with the ball. If not, you will have to cover a lot of grounds. And it's good to see that they are playing without fear, giving it a go as much as possible. Hopefully, of course, they don't get burnt. But one of the best things you might do for yourself in a game of this nature is not to give yourself a reason to chase the game. I also want to say a fantastic gesture by the team. They held the jersey for Ashley Plumpton, who's injured and not part of the side. And yes, they're sending her their best wishes and get well soon message to her collectively shortly before the kickoff. So yes, it was good to see that. I mean, she's an important member of this team, and not being here, of course, we've talked about it before. And right now, it's good to see that even the team, they are doing their best to make sure that they just find a way to remember her. She posted a picture this morning. I think one of the first pictures I saw when I was scrolling through X when I woke up this morning was her picture in front of a mirror, wishing the team all the best. So yeah, it's a good one that they've reciprocated. They probably even spoke before this game, so it's a good one. But I think the earlier we let our quality tell in this game, the better for us, so that whatever these girls might be trying to throw at us, we don't give ourselves any chance of chasing this game. Not to say that it will be difficult if we have to, but let's not just put ourselves in a position where we'll have to be looking for reasons to explain why some things went the way they did. But so far, I think it is a good start. They too would want to, as much as possible, show why they are in this competition. They've talked about how much they are the underdogs and how they do not want to remain in that state. So yeah, it's a good one overall by the Malawians, and I like the fact that they've been on the front foot, chasing this game as hard as possible.
Well, for the Malawians, for them in this game, it's a game where they are coming into as quote unquote, the underdog, and not even quote. I mean, obviously, they are the underdog coming into this game. All odds are in favor of the Super Falcons of Nigeria. For the Super Falcons of Nigeria, just like I've said before, that this is a game that they don't have. They shouldn't underrate the opponent. Yes, regardless of how highly ranked they are ahead of the Malawians, that should not deter them from taking everything serious. You see the way the Malawians are playing. They're playing with that feeling of we have to win this one, or we have to get something here. They're not sitting back against Super Falcons of Nigeria. I mean, sometimes in men football, when a big team or when a big nation is playing against a small nation, you would think in your mind that you're going to sit deep, or they would sit deep trying to soak the pressure and take you on the counter. So far so good. They've not done that. They've tried to come out. Some people would probably say maybe it's initial gra like we call it here in Nigeria. Maybe it's just that thing that you do to show your opponent that okay, maybe I can also be a problem to you too. But so far so good. They are putting up a good fight for the Super Falcons of Nigeria. In the last 2-3 minutes, they've had to do a lot of defensive job. Let's hope that they can get the job done in this game, and that's why I said it around that. For me, I don't care so much about the high score line, 5-0, 7-0, whatever score line you might be thinking. What is important is how you play as a team, because it gets to a certain point you begin to play the serious team of this competition, and it's not about the amount of goals you can score. It's about how you can manage the game, how you control the game, and from there you can get the job done.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're done there for the 8 minutes of play now. To let you know, we don't have a goal yet, but it starts definitely they favor Nigeria. Until now, we've had 3 shots, 1 on target. Unfortunately, the Scorchers of Malawi, they've had just 1 shot. None on target, of course, no big chance also. And guess what? Inside just 8 minutes, we don't see 3 corner kicks, guys. 3 corner kicks, 2 to Nigeria, 1 to Malawi. 51% ball possession, of course, to the Super Falcons, 49 to Malawi. And let's get to the fans. 090 41,889, 090 44,889. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, my name is David. I'm Galadima Mbasa. I'm calling you from Anambra.
You're welcome, David.
Yeah, thank you. So far, so good. We are hearing the analysis. We are enjoying it. You people are bringing it every bit of the action. You see, the Malawians, I can tell you for free, really, that they will be the undoing of themselves, going against Falcons, coming in at them. You understand? Even Igbo they call on.
What does that mean?
As they are coming,
Death.
that means that not dead. They are killing themselves because by the time Falcon will open the fire now, would they be able to stand? My father said, don't kindle the fire that you don't have the water to quench it. So the Falcons are right now trying to understand them. In the next 10-20 minutes now, you will see the true color of the Falcons, and we are giving it to our girls. They are taking the day. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. And on WhatsApp, yes, I see the men them. You know, to get to us on WhatsApp, it is 090 44,889. But please do not call WhatsApp for messages only. This one right here, Juwan said they greet us. He said, no be Super Falcons Zambia, they do all that shakara to. I wonder why Breezy they fear. You don't forget how powerful we be. Leave Zambia, make them they do their own. No panic, we go beat them and anybody and even top this group. Don't forget we spelled them last time we faced them during the semi-final. Okay.
Good move there from Rashida Ajibade, the captain of the side. I mean, she saw that man or that woman. She was able to just, move past her calmly. I guess, good touches, flashes here and there. You want to see more of that, from the captain of the side.
All right. And Chinon, so the text us on WhatsApp says he's texting us from Liverpool. Chinon, so one Liverpool from Onitsha. He says Super Falcons should trash these ladies for dragging a player called Chioma with us. Okay. AJ say, as for me, I can never fear whenever Super Falcons are playing. 3 points, National Banker. Correct score, Nigeria 3, Malawi 0. For Zambia, if they lie, make them score 100 goals in one match, them go still chop them anytime we face them like they did the last time. I don't know why Breezy they fear them. I saw now. Okay. I hope you guys are correct. Nneka from Isala says, I wish our women well. Oh. He said, please, Breezy, kindly send me the name of the artist. Well, I told you it was AI, but it's sweet, na matter. Mashi, they text us from Jalingo. Say, oh my, they feel this song. I hope I don't send this song, give our girls to vibe this song. You guys know that our girls are the queen of vibes. We do know. Ahmed from Ikorodu said, the one where Zambia spell Egypt come put full stop on top like this. But there's nothing to be worried about. We also spelled Zambia the last time with 6-0 scoreline. So Breezy, they calm down and don't worry. We are going to top this group easily and make it to the World Cup. We're winning this Malawi side with 2-0. Okay, guys, with a cross enter the 12th minute now. We still don't have any goals. Hello. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. Fine. What's your name?
Yeah. I am Muslim.
Okay. What's your contribution?
Yeah, definitely it's going to be a one-sided.
It's going to be what? Can you speak louder?
Yeah, I said it's going to be a one-sided affair encounter.
One-sided affair encounter. Thank you very much for that one. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, 13 minutes now, guys. 13 minutes. We still lead the possession. Now we still get the chances the most, but we never still see goal, Vicky. We never still see goal, and no clear-cut chances yet.
It's a process. Again, for a side who have talked about how they do not want to remain underdogs in a situation of this kind, you want to see them put up a bit of a fight and give themselves a fighting chance of staying in the game as much as possible. I don't think it is anything out of the ordinary. I'm not saying that teams have not considered in less minutes than this, but it depends on what a goal could do to their morale. Maybe that's why, of course, they are fighting as hard as possible not to concede. But so far, we have done really well moving the ball, players getting into position. We've just not been able to get it right in that final third area. The crosses are coming in. The players are available for the 1-2s. But when they get the ball, they are moving fast counter, hoping to, get ahead as quickly as possible. But all we just need to do is to find that extra man in space and make sure we play into space, because they are pretty physical. They are moving, with a lot of running. They want to win the ball as quickly as possible. They want to close you down as quickly as possible. And the moment he gets past the center circle, you begin to find them in their numbers. I think early in the game already, but I like the fact that they are disciplined enough not to just commit everybody forward. They just, hoping that we'll come at them in our numbers so that they can at least win the ball and then find their runners and get ahead and see if they can get in behind our line. That's what they've been trying to do early in this game. But there's been situations where they miscalculated and it's not really been great for them. But let's see what happens as far as this one is concerned. Now, my only worry is that Echegini and Alozie, of course, they're combining pretty well, but Echegini needs to release the ball as quickly as possible the moment she has other people running in front. Ainde has done a good job so far. She's got to be careful with the cards so that she doesn't get booked, and then that could demoralize her. But again, for what we have seen from this side, I think it's been pretty decent a start for the Malawians. But I think a goal will do a whole lot in this game if we score first. Probably would hit their resolve not to concede. But again, if they score first, they will get fired up as far as the zone is concerned. But I think I've seen the Super Falcons in different situations where they take a while to come into a game. Sometimes I think it's almost a Nigerian thing. We see that with the Super Eagles as well. They take a while to warm up into a game, and then
they might even have to concede first.
Exactly. In the final of the last WAFCON, they were 2 goals down. And then in the second half, it was a different story entirely. They scored 3 goals and went on to win the competition. So I just hope that that aspect of their game where you need to maintain a bit of tactical discipline to be able to keep your opponents at bay, we're able to do that and not having to work twice as hard when we are now looking for a goal, and then we start throwing in all the forward players and probably leave ourselves a bit open at the back. But so far, I think for all the things that they have said, talking about the Scorchers, they are pretty much living up to it, and it's not a bad start for by their standard. And I think a credit to them with what they have been able to do. Now it is the time for Nigeria to now show that, okay, we've been down this road before, we've won it 10 times, and this is how it is done. And I think if we don't do that, then we are letting their confidence grow into this game, because this 15 minutes now, before you know it is 20 minutes, their confidence will definitely be growing.
Okay, just to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, it's now 16, Nigeria 0, Malawi 0. A quick break and we're back.
Striker is on the move.
Can I get a Heineken, please?
He shoots!
Let's go!
2026 to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, we're there for 23 minutes now. It is still 0-0 between Nigeria and Malawi. Guys, what's happening? Not enough spark, if you ask me. And instead, the Scorchers of Malawi, they don't find way to come forward a lot of times.
Yes, again, like I said, I've always thought their confidence was going to grow if they don't concede an early goal in this game, and so far it is what we have seen. And I like the fact that they are actually playing without fear, because if you nurse too much fear coming into a game of this nature, at some point you begin to you would over respect the players to a point where you're no longer able to do what is expected of you. But for them, I think I'm not sure what the coaches said to them, but from a point of view of they are humans like you, they have two legs like you, have a go at them. I mean, they are, just play your game and you don't have to worry about what they'll be throwing at you. I think they've done a decent job forcing corners off us, making sure that they get something out of this. It's actually been good. The Chawinga sisters have actually kept our backline busy with the way they're running in behind. They're full of pace. Try to be first on the ball. Ohale had to make that block now. I think this is like their third corner kick. It therefore tells you that coming into this game, it has not been a bad one for them overall in terms of what they have thrown at us in this game. If the situations were fair, or if they had a team like this had done their homework in terms of set pieces, they'd probably be hoping to score from a corner and just make it difficult for us by maintaining a low block. And the scoreline is the only thing everybody will talk about at the end of the day. But so far, I mean, you can tell that they are limited in some areas, but they try to compensate for it with a lot of running, a lot of tackling. Their tackles are pretty clean. Once or twice, of course, they could make mistakes, but their tackles have been clean. They've been running, closing the spaces, and not giving us any chances. And because we want to have more bodies in the middle, sometimes when the ball moves to the front, is only one person in position, and then before another person will run in, the person has been closed down. So I think it's just a matter of better synergy, better understanding, knowing when to move the ball, how to use the ball to create problems for them. They try to press from the front foot, and just one person goes for the press. So far, it appears to be working, but I don't think it is something that can be sustained for the entire duration of the game. So maybe it's also part of how we want to approach the game, make them tire out because they are full of energy, they are full of a lot of running. Our combinations in the final third are not so good, but so far, I would want to honestly say that I give them credit, Malawians, because I didn't expect that they were going to be this, disciplined with their play. They're not giving it away too cheaply. Yes, there are times when the quality is not there for them to execute what they plan to do, but it's been a decent game of football so far by Malawi, and credit to them where it is due.
Well, also so far for the Malawian girls, whatever they've done so far, their biggest problem has been when they go forward. Going forward, they've not been able to put those passes together, and I think that's why. That's why they are where they are right now. Going forward, they don't have that quality, and so when you see them attack, they look sometimes bereft. Okay, let me not say bereft of idea, but they know what they want to do, but they just don't. Just like Vicky said, they don't have the capacity, or they don't have the facility to really do what they want to do on their head or in their mind. And for the Super Falcons of Nigeria, they've been stringing passes together, and again, it's beyond that. And for me, I think that for the Malawians and what they've done in this game, they've grown in confidence in this game. When they get the ball in their own half, the way they string the passes together, I think is really good for them. And when they even want to play outside, or when they're playing out from the back, they're confident in putting those passes together because they know that the Super Falcons of Nigeria can't snatch the ball from them at this point. But the truth is that again, when you're playing against the best team in Africa, it gets to a point the gulf in quality begins to show, and that's when quote unquote for the Malawans they begin to get tired. And when they get tired, for the Super Falcons of Nigeria, there's a lot of quality that can come off the bench for the Super Falcons and also get the job done for them. So generally for the Malawians, they understand that if they can strike early in this game, that's what they're trying to do, get that early goal or get the first goal and probably go and sit back. Again against the Super Falcons of Nigeria, you might not want to do that because the Super Falcons of Nigeria have what it takes to come back into the game and get the job done. I remember very well in the final of the WAFCON against Morocco, you saw what they did in that one. They were losing 2-0 in the first half and then they came back to the second for the 5 of that game. But so far so good. I think that the Malawans have, again, if the Nigerian team were coming into this game feeling like, oh, we are going to give these guys 5-0, we are going to play 4-0, or we are thinking of high score line, I think that the first 28 minutes of this game has shown them that that's not what is going to happen in this game. Well, football is a game of two halves. Possibly maybe the second 45 of the game, we probably will see the Super Falcons dominate and probably get maybe 3 goals or 4 goals. But I think that this first half is a test of their own stamina also, that the test of their own resolve as a team and whatever they can put together as a squad. But so far so good. I think that the Malawans have not disappointed themselves.
All right. So the Malawians, we can say they are scorching. The Scorchers are scorching. But may they not turn us to scorch here, go, because may they not cause surprises. I know what they call themselves, they're the Scorchers of Malawi. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, 0-0, 30 minutes now. There's still no goal. And yes, we need to turn the heat up here. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Yes.
Welcome.
What's your name? Okay. 090-41,889, 090-44,889. The numbers to call. Send us WhatsApp message for 090-44,889. And yes, there's a message here. This one, they come from Moses from Ogun State. Moses says the Super Falcons will definitely beat Malawi 3-0. I want our coach to be strategic in the group stage by not exhausting our great players. Take the group stage easy, then we can begin to fire on all cylinders from the knockout stage. However, I did miss my crush, Ashley Plumpter. Okay. Hello, good evening. Good evening. Are you there?
Hello.
Good evening.
Yeah, good.
What's your name?
Yeah, I'm Ochman.
Ochman, welcome.
Yeah. I think this game is going to end in first half 0-0. Then the Falcons will definitely get the win. I think it's for nothing.
All right, thank you very much. Says it will end 0-0 for the first half, and the second half, the Super Falcons will win. There's a WhatsApp message here. Trying to see your name now. Says his name is okay. Talkback from Lekki says, good evening, everybody. We're at the studio. Well done work. I believe in Super Falcons, and I wish them all the best. Thank you, Talkback. Hello, good evening. John, welcome.
Hello, I wish work I could the best.
Okay. All right. Let's drop those predictions. Of course, yes, what I think said the first half could be. We're 31 minutes into this game. It's still 0-0, although the stats favor us to some degree. I mean, we have 57% ball possession as against 43 where the Scorchers of Malawi get. And then for shots, we have most of the shots. We have 6 shots, 3 shots on target, but no clear-cut chances yet. While for the Scorchers, they'll get 3 shots, 1 on target, and that's it. They don't have big chances as well because they have solely 2 chances. But the corner kicks now, waiting even surprise me. But maybe I shouldn't be so surprised. There have been 6 corner kicks in this game in just 30 minutes, and 3 apiece. Hello.
There's a WhatsApp message here.
Hello. You are way behind. But yes, turn down the volume of the radio set when you call us. Chris, I cite you. Chris Omega, the text us from Igondo, says, I want to wish our Super Falcons the best outing tonight. Definitely, it will end 2-0 as a margin in favor of the Falcons. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Hello, baby, how you doing now?
I'm fine. Good evening.
Now your best friend, you know what they talk.
Who be that?
Your name is Senior Professor.
Okay. Welcome.
God bless you and local government.
You too.
You know, I want to call to say, if a lady actually Planta,
yes,
I meet her. And I will be disappointed if she's not listening to Bila FM because Bila FM is a radio that is more than a nation. So we should be listening to Bila so that we know that somebody needs her. And I name her Ashley Fronta, yes. I miss her.
Okay.
I miss her too much.
Okay. I believe
Let
she
her
did.
know that we miss her. We miss her, and I miss her most. God bless our local government.
Yours as well. Yours as well. Thank you very much.
God bless you and your local government.
Yes. Okay, guys. In the last minute, it seems like the Malawians, they don't see opportunity now to take free kick. And I don't know, it's not so difficult. It's not looking so difficult per se, but we've seen chances like this that have produced goals for teams.
The team is beginning to get worried, and this is an uncomfortable conversation, but maybe this is the only time I'll talk about it. Sometimes we get bailed out by the quality we have, not because of how we play. You cannot analyze our game according to our style. It is always the style that the coach deploys that you would say, okay, I mean, I think we're ripe enough for an identity so that whatever tactics you deploy, it is going to be a vehicle for carrying out what your identity wants you to do, or what you want to do with the ball, depending on the identity you have. A lot of times, that's why you cannot categorically say this is how Nigeria is going to deploy their play, this is what they are going to do. I mean, and because we are not a side who would typically use the ball, individual brilliance is what carries us through most of the time, and because we will not mostly use the ball and try to find solutions in different situations, we get stuck in this place where we have to wait for whatever the outcome will be. While I do not think that is a problem, I honestly think that our gameplay would be better if we deploy it in such a way that our style would, individual quality will only help, magnify what we already have. Yes, just raise the standards rather than just, play it in such a way that, if it gets to this person, they know what to do in the final third. I mean, when you talk about it tactically and talk about how you're going to deploy it, it sounds really good, but we know that to talk about tactics and to deploy it on a match day and let it work to full effect is a different story entirely. I mean, we saw the way we played at the last World Cup and what we did at the last Olympics. People said, okay, there was a bit of an idea of how we want to deploy our play generally, but it didn't turn out that way. And this is not something that works overnight. But I want to say that with what we have been able to do, let's just hope we're able to keep the ball and try to create better opportunity to control the game better than we are doing so far, because they have really given us something to worry about. And in terms of individual quality, yes, they have done a lot in this game, controlling the game, running more, winning tackles, and making sure that they are preventing us as much as possible from doing what we want to do. And I think if they are preventing us from doing what we want to do, the tactics is just spot on already, because they are not letting us have a free run. I mean, I'm not sure anybody would have thought Nigeria will not be leading in this game by now. But right now, they are the ones running in behind our defense line and trying to create something, to at least get a goal. In their own case, they are sitting in front of the defense, and so we're having difficulty getting past using the ball, whether from the flank or in the central areas. And that is the concern that I have. From the face of the coach, I saw the last couple of minutes, he's beginning to look like he's a worried man. And I think, our combination when we find ourselves in the final third is not exactly great. Our combination in the final third is not exactly great. One person is on this end, another person is on this end. By the time the cross comes in, you still need to run to find the ball and get in a place where you can possibly make one or two touches before you now find another teammate. I don't think that works for us. Okay, but so far, in terms of what we've seen, I want to say again, credit to the Malawians. They are putting in a lot of fight. It's a lot of heart into this game. Maybe we just need to keep it down and keep it cool, pass the ball more, use the spaces in behind, and then give ourselves an opportunity to make those combinations and create something out of it. I think if we score a goal, we will change the shape of this game, because they will commit more men into the central areas, and then that will see us running behind and do something.
Okay. Yes, Femi is shaking. Femi just did shift for inch. Femi, what's going on?
Again, it's because we are playing the Malawians. If this is maybe a Zambian side, for example, we don't concede goals.
Yes.
We would have considered a goal already, because
those ladies don't rest.
The way they are playing, I don't know. I don't know if they can do this for 90 minutes of football. I don't know if they can do that, but so far so good with what they are doing with the ball and how they are controlling the game I think that they just have what it takes. They can just nick it at this point. And for each and every time they get the ball in the half of the Super Falcons of Nigeria and they get into the box, there's they find a way to create a chance for themselves. The defenders are doing a good job. Osinacho Ahale, she just blocked a shot right now that came from one of the attackers of Malawi. But again, and in that space also, she also hit the goalkeeper Chamakana Doze. She's obviously in pain as we speak right now. But generally, this game has, I don't know. And again, and that's why I said it, that my business in this game is how I want to see how they play. I want to see how they partner themselves together. Just like VQ said, when the Super Falcons of Nigeria, when they're attacking and they are in the half of Malawi, just close to the 18-yard box, the passes just don't connect. The crosses come. Is it that it's too much? Is it that there's nobody there at all? And then in the midfield also, I mean, Ijamulisi, for example, in this game, her passes has been shaky. Playing from the side of attack she's playing from, it's been shaky. She's not been able to beat a man. And I just feel like generally, excuse me, I just feel like generally the manager has to, maybe when they go into halftime, maybe the manager will probably talk to them and tweak something. But so far, so good. Again, I also think that they are playing with a lot of pressure. I don't know where the pressure is coming from. I think they are anxious. Because if they come down to play this Malawian side, they take their time to play them, they will knock them out. These ladies are not, again, without any disrespect to them, there's nothing special about them. What they've done in this game is to dare. They've dared, the Super Falcons of Nigeria to say, you know what, yes, we might not have enough quality, but we're going to be physical against you. We're going to run throughout this first 45 of this game, and we're going to see what we're going to get from it.
And it's so far yielding results.
And it's yielding results for them.
Yeah.
It is. So for me, I just believe that the Super Falcons have to calm their nerves, take charge of the game. Even when you have not gotten a goal, I agree with Vicky that if the goal comes in for the Super Falcons of Nigeria, I think they'll score more. But for now that you're not able to get goals, take charge of the game, control the game. If you control the game, you're going to get goals. I don't think that the Malawans are playing anything special in this game. What they've done, like I said, is to keep it simple. Charge at the Super Falcons of Nigeria and do whatever they can do. And I guess that's what's giving them results so far.
Okay. 40 minutes of play. We did 5 more. Yes, 2 regular time for inside this half. And we really hope, yes, that Chiamaka Nadozie is not more injured than we think. Yes, she don't collect medical treatment, and she's up and running. But hopefully we don't get to hear the stories. The good thing though is that we have 2 new goalkeepers. We said if you step in for her. But yes, another thing what you go notice about this game, be say you see these coaches of Malawi, these babes, them their legs strong. They play very physically. I mean, Okonkwo was just brought down again. These girls are very physical, and that's something we're going to be very worried of. So 5 more minutes, and then we see how much extra time where we get to put these ladies and push them back. But you know what I've seen, guys? For every minute that we don't score or we are not being a threat, Malawi, they believe. That they come forward, that they believe. Even their fans don't they believe. Because you can see it. I mean, when the camera pans to the faces of the fans, they don't believe.
It's the whole idea, and that's how sports works. I mean, you start looking at the opponents to say that if he can bleed, he can be killed. You'll probably be looking at them and say, okay, we're getting as close as possible to them. Confidence grows. And if you're doing all that, then you're making it difficult for them. Again, there are some aspects of games. I don't want to bring European conversation into these things, because even at the senior men's national team, we don't have some of these things yet, where because of how they are closing you down in the pockets of spaces, you probably will just be looking for a corner kick so that somebody can whip it in a certain way. Some of your training ground routines, you just go about it beautifully and probably get something out of it. But we've not seen all of that. But I mean, not like we're trailing. So let's just say, when we said Nigeria is the country to beat in this competition, these were always going to be part of it. Yeah. These were always going to be part of the narrative of how you rise up to the occasion. You'll be tempted a lot of times, but I'd rather a situation where I start slow and then grow into a competition and finish at the peak of my powers, rather than be all guns blazing from the very beginning, and when it matters, they'll be looking for me. But so far, with what we have seen, they have limited the extent of our full capacity by the way they run and by the people they send to close us down, limiting the pockets of spaces for us and preventing us from getting in those danger zones, because we have the resources to pull the trigger, but the combination in the final third is a bit of the problem. And it's not as if it's not something similar to what we've seen before. The quality will get us over the line, but I just think that we have to be better organized. In terms of what we've done so far, they have leveled up to it. But let's hope in the second half things will change and get better for the team. We need to use the ball better. We need to use the ball better. All of these long balls is not a bad thing to do, but sometimes just keep it down and use it. And we need to have our technicians who can control the game come in to receive the ball more often. I need to see more of a Chegini in this game. Let her come in to receive the ball and try to use it from those areas where she can draw a player or two and lay it off for somebody who will run through. For Okoronkwo, what she does in the attack, she also offers that when she drops deep. Maybe if we're not getting the goals, we might want to have a bit of those combination of someone else running ahead of her so that she can supply those balls and try to put it in behind the defense line and give us something, just anything that can give us an advantage in this game, so that coming into the second half, the nerves will not be twice as it should be if we do not take a lead in this half.
Okay, so we're close to 45. We're currently 44 and a few seconds. At any moment from now, we'll go cross center 45. It's still 0-0. The Super Falcons, they're yet to step up to the party as regards goals. Will they play? No doubt. Will they lead the ball possession? No doubt. But we need goal to solidify our stance. Remember, say we'll be 10-star general. I was going to complain before this tournament, and just even inside the coverage of this tournament, that we came into this tournament with the same jersey as the last time. No design change, nothing. The only difference for the Super Falcons jersey from this the home jersey, the pure green jersey guys, between the jersey what they wear for the last WAFCON tournament and this tournament, now 10 stars. So there's now 10 stars on the chest.
Not the
to
difference
show that's the only difference.
But it didn't do one.
Not the difference.
No, what's the design? Do you see any design difference?
It is
There's literally no design.
No. These things are usually done in Windows.
Yeah, so my point anyway, why am I making this why it's not important, right? But why am I saying it? I'm saying that 10 star not be for play. You need to prove them. Yes.
Okay.
The 10 star where they put for your shirt, no, it's not just there for nothing.
Yeah,
prove it. Because Malawi is supposed to fear you. Anyway, 45 minutes, guys. 45 minutes. How many minutes by the time they go out to this game? We go see any second from now. So, yes, it's now full 45. We never score. And, yes, although we are leading, we're pressing. We have 60% ball possession. Malawi get 40. Now, guess what? I told you guys we had more shots than Malawi, but they've stepped up in the last 20 minutes. And now they get 6 shots, just like Nigeria. On target, we have 3. They have 2. No big chances, but guess what? Malawi are coming close to making big chances. 7 corner kicks now in this game. And guess what? Malawi don't up them. There are 4 corners as against 3 when Nigeria get. They are coming up. They are believing, Femi.
If the Malawi
3 minutes at a time, by the way, sorry.
If the Malawians at the end of this game, get a point to themselves, I think they will tell themselves they've had a good game against 10-time African champion.
Yes. If they can pull a draw, come on, they will believe.
They will tell you they've had a good game, And earlier on, Vicky was talking about Jennifer Chejini, being the quote-unquote the person who is saddled or who should be doing that creative job for the Super Falcons of Nigeria in the midfield. Again, all of our touches have been heavy. I've seen heavy touches from her. Jennifer touches the ball and the ball is running. She touches the ball and the ball is running, and she has to chase the ball to then give the pass to who she wants to pass to and all of that. I think that they have to do better. The manager, I'm sure, this is not his first stage. This is not the first time at this stage of women football. It was here last time out. So I'm sure by the time they go into the dressing room to catch some breath and come back for the second 45, he probably will give them some instruction, tell them what they're doing right and what they've done wrong and what they have to improve on in this game, because clearly they have to improve on something. And I also think that one thing that the Malawans have done in this game is to be physical.
That's what I've been saying.
They've used that to the advantage.
Probably their biggest
and funny how
advantage.
as much as they've been physical, they've not taken it. I don't think they've gotten the yellow card. I don't think anybody
they
has
have one. They have one. They have one. 30th minute. Madinda Nguluwe.
Yeah, but so far I think that they've been able to be clean technically with some of those tackles, just get the ball out of the legs of the Super Falcons player. So they just have to buckle up second 45. It's this half is done already. I don't think a goal is going to happen. Well, we have less than a minute to end this half of the game, but I just think that at this point they the second 45 is when they have to fight.
Okay, so yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're inside the 3rd minute out of 3 minutes. So 3 minutes at a time, and we are in 3rd. Now, 3 minutes. So this is probably going to be the last few seconds of this first half. How una go rate time? Make una begin the call us on 090 41,889 090 44,889. Yes, the numbers to call. WhatsApp line 090 44,889. Drop those WhatsApp messages. It's about to be the end of the first half, ladies and gentlemen. Almost a goal. Almost a goal. Well, Malawi are pressing, guys. Malawi have come very close to scoring.
Brilliant play by Malawi. Intelligent moves. I mean,
The wingers have been very fast.
well rehearsed, and it has worked for them so far in this game. Sometimes these are the issues when you do not know your opponent enough. I'm not blaming anybody, but when you do not know your opponent enough, these are the issues. You know, everybody just kept saying the same thing. Oh, they are debutants. They don't have this. They don't have that. There's always a first time in situations like this. And first half, goalless.
Okay.
Now we are in the WAFCON. I mean, whatever it was, whatever high they had coming into this game, they have to knock it off in the dressing room right now and get down to business. This is where it gets really serious. And I think coming into this game, the Super Falcons knows that the second 45 is where they really need to play for themselves and play for the badge if they really want to defend this trophy.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we will of course go on a break because we'll come back and take your calls, but we need to go on a break. So yes, halftime 0-0, the Super Falcons of Nigeria versus the Scorchers of Malawi. Somebody said in a message on WhatsApp, I need to answer this message. This is coming from Dayo. Dayo says, good evening. Egyptian women have 7 stars on their jersey. Does it mean that they have won the WAFCON 7 times?
No, it's a mistake.
It's not even a mistake, Seth. Let me even explain it to you. So, Egyptian women, they get 7 stars for their jersey because the men have 7 AFCON titles.
So they're not supposed to wear men jerseys.
So no. So Egypt generally, all their jerseys, they put the 7 stars. Even though the women are yet to win a WAFCON title, it's an intentional thing.
No.
Everybody wear the 7
CAF
stars.
should not accept it.
Well, that's what
They didn't accept it at the World Cup.
It's like
They didn't
Nigeria now.
accept
Nigeria now saying they want to put 10 because Super Falcons
They took that jersey to the World Cup
competition.
and they didn't accept it.
Well,
And then Egypt took that 7 star to the World Cup. They didn't accept it.
well, currently,
Not
both,
fit now.
currently both
World
the-
Cup now, World Cup start they did here. Not
Well,
the
well-
European champions. The European champions leave them for Europe.
as it stands, both the men's national team and the women's national team have those 7 stars. But for Super Falcons, we have 10 stars on
Make our Super Eagles put like
on the
maybe
jersey
put 13 now.
to represent
Rotate
10
it.
WAFCON titles. To
Now
represent 10 WAFCON
Now
titles.
these small things could just make you know say CAF not they structured because
I mean, Super Eagles
what
supposed
is
to
the
put
meaning of
13 for
that?
their own zone and maybe put 13 stars since we have won 3
so now we
and
go combine all.
we have won 13 now. I mean,
you go spread them across.
13.
We have to go on a break now. When we come back, we'll take more of your calls, more of your contributions. This is Brilla. This is not the coverage of WAFCON 2026.
Every day, identify your station. You hear that sound?
Yes, first 45 minutes of the game, and I can tell you definitely it is a goalless at halftime. Talking about the fixture between Nigerian Super Falcons and the Scorchers of Malawi. Yes, the Scorchers of Malawi in the game, and yes, I can definitely tell you that it is second half, of course, almost getting started. We'll bring you up to speed with the happenings around there on the show today, and I'll let you know how things are looking. But ladies and gentlemen, at halftime, it is goalless between Nigeria and Nigeria Super Falcons and the Scorchers of Malawi. We're definitely going to get there and find out which way it goes tonight as far as this one is concerned. And yes, the guys are in here. We are all set to take you closer to the action on the show tonight. Impressive display by debutants, yes, the Scorchers of Malawi, and you will not say they do not deserve it. But yes, let's take your thoughts before we get to the second 45 of this game. Good evening, everyone in the studio. My name is Peter. The Falcons will win by 2-0 in the second half. Okay, Peter, we're fingers crossed. We're waiting to see what will happen. Good evening, Brula. My name is Malaki Umar. Kudos to our Super Falcons. Hopefully, they are going to win this match by 4-0. Very importantly, let our girls not underestimate any opponent or relent thinking that they are underdogs. The game between South Africa and Tanzania is a proper case study. Thank you too for that one. This one says, I bet the Super Falcons will win both halves. God, I beg you, I am sweating here. Mashi from Jalingo. Mashi. Now second half remain. First one don't cast. This one says, good evening, guys. I am Juwon. This Echegini is a version of Alex Iwobi. It's a similar style of play. Yes, in fact, both stylishly look alike. Okay, I don't know about that, but that's a good one. Good observation. Let's go there. This one says, good evening, radio's anchors in the house. It says, Olalikon from Ikorodu. I believe the Super Falcons of Nigeria will still win this game. The second half will be a different ball game. The two teams have test their energy levels and the strength area of each team. The second half is going to be explosive. Super Falcons all the way. Yes, this one is coming from you. This one says, good evening, Deshino. Olalekon, double yellow card. This time of the night, bros. Now what for you? No worry yourself. Don't worry yourself. Just no worry yourself. We need to talk about yellow card by this time. We're talking about the Super Falcons of Nigeria. And yes, we are live on YouTube at Brilla Media. And yes, on Facebook, yes, Sports Radio, Brilla FM, also on TikTok. Yes, at Brilla Media on TikTok, you can follow the game. Yes, wherever you are, you can be live with us. And of course, drop your comments and let us know what your prediction is for the game and wherever you're reaching us from, as we, of course, take you closer to the action in the game between the Super Falcons of Nigeria. Yes, who, of course, are defending their crown. They won at the last edition of the WAFCON in the opening game against Malawi. Yes, the Scorchers of Malawi. That, of course, is what this game is about right now. The opener, first 45 of this game we have seen. It is a goalless so far. Options are available, and yes, if you could come off the bench, a second half about to get started. Joseph Obisheson has also joined this conversation. Joseph, will come to you real quick because there are options on the bench. Asisa Toshola is there. Gift Monday is there. Loads of options we can call upon just in case we need a bit of a backup for the girls who are currently starting this game. We'll talk about all of that and lots more. But second half has started in the game between Malawi and Nigeria. Yes, one thing you say about the Malawians is that yes, they try to run more, they try to make the spaces smaller for their opponent, and so far it is working for them. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, thank you. Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah. My name is David Mombasa.
David, welcome.
Yeah, thank you. We've seen the first 45 minutes, and the debutant, the Malawians, the Scorchers. They call the Scorchers, right? Yeah, and good thing for the Falcons of Nigeria on the Sunday at the beginning of the match, the game, that the Falcons are going to understudy them. I am just telling you now, I'm speaking in the first, the Falcons of Nigeria will, that is done, the match is good as over. The approach, yes, they've been so cautious, I know, and the Malawians must have gotten some confidence, yes, some degree of, that they can contend the Falcons, but I don't see it that way because certainly they have some mistakes to make, and once that is done, that will be their undoing. Like I told you earlier, the Falcons are going to carry the day at the end of this match. Thank you.
Okay. All right, let's see how that pans out as far as this one is concerned again. And let's see which way it's going to go as far as action right here is concerned. 090-44,889. You can leave your messages with us on WhatsApp. And let's take all of them, of course, as the action continues right here. We'll definitely, serving you the action on the show this evening. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you.
Mr. President, good evening.
Okay.
My name is Jeffrey. I'm calling from Seven.
Okay.
For this match, what I see is over-confident. I don't expect anything from Nigeria. If they temporarily win, it's okay. But you see those people that come out and say, Nigeria will win 5-0, 5-this, you see that if Nigeria temporarily draw this match or they lose, they will change their match. They don't know a certain team that they support. They just believe that yesterday and today are the same thing. They forget that yesterday we bring yesterday problem and yesterday good day. They forget to prepare for today. They expect to be like yesterday. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much for that one on the show this evening. Joseph, we have started this second 45 trying to be on the front foot as much as possible. Not having those combinations right, but we're committing more people into the final third. Better organization from the coach in terms of tactical instructions.
Yeah, well, I believe it is eventually going to pay off. I've seen the Malawians. Yes, so of course they want to ruffle the feathers and try as much as possible to get on the attacking third and try to cause one or two problems. They are playing a lot of one-touch football, but something they are doing is they are leaving some a lot of space, pockets of space for the Super Falcons to also transition when they get the ball, and I think that is basically going to be their undoing. I see us having more possession, and of course the only difference is we have not been able to gain as much entry as would have loved, into the final third. But I think you add somebody like Gift Monday into this team. She can operate as a 9. She can operate as a 10. She can even go through the flank. She has a lot of engine. She can run a lot, and the fact that she has somebody industrious as as highly as Ijamiluse also on the right side. You've got Ihezuo as well. I think just a few tweaks here and there, we are eventually going to carve them open. I like the fact that all of the girls are putting in their weight. They are not waiting for you stay here, you stay here. Maybe that's the payoff of not. That structure, you have to remain in your position, but you always look at how Madugo has been playing from the last WAFCON. He plays such that you have to be floating. You have to go with the ball. You have to go with the momentum, the pressure where it comes from. You have to just be in the moment, and of course that's what we are still trying to do. And I know for sure that we have just a tad better possession, especially in the final third. Eventually we are definitely going to crack them open and would have the first goal. I'm not seeing Malawi do so much. I think they are just trying to contain. Yes, they would have the ball, try to play the counter, even when they are not doing the counter attacking, because they want to exploit some of the spaces we are leaving behind, but they've not been successful so far. I see that we should be able to have them, but let's see how it goes in the next
okay. Yes, Malawi had the ball in the back of the net, but the player was offside. She was behind the Nigerian defense line when she received that pass. But brilliant play by Malawi. Interesting combinations right there for them to have been able to find the back of the net. But yes, want to be careful next time, Femi. Of course, you don't want to chase this game at any point in time.
Yeah, you don't want to. I mean, that goal was chalked up, obviously, but that was a good goal, actually. I mean, she scored the goal with the Trivella, and it was good, for her. But honestly speaking, I think that for the Malawians, whatever fear they had of the Super Falcons coming into this game is gone. It's gone. I don't think there's a fear anymore here. Now, that's not to say the Super Falcons will not defeat them, or that's not to say they will not concede goals. But if they concede a goal or lose this game, they will leave this game for the most part. 51 minutes of gameplay, they will leave this game with their head held up high and say, you know what? Yes, we give a good fight to those Falcons of Nigeria. And for me, like I said in the first 45, not like the Malawans have done anything special in this game. Not like they've played anything or done anything special. What they've done is that, you know, they play with heart. You know, when they don't have the ball, they're chasing you down. When they have the ball, they're as much as they don't have the quality, they have this quick transition from their defense to the attack. They're quick with it. They might get to the final third and not, you know, use the ball for anything special, but one thing they would do is at least try to go ahead or try to go forward and see what they can get from it. For the Super Falcons of Nigeria, I think that for the Super Falcons of Nigeria, I mean, the job is well cut out for them in this game. As much as they are debutants, you know, like some people who call them, you know, people who don't have experience at this level. You know, this is 52 minutes in the game, and you know, a debutant in the competition that you've won 10 times and you won the last one is stressing you out at this point. I don't know when that frustration is going to begin for them, or I don't know when they're going to get to that edge where they're going to, you know, start forcing the ball, trying to get it done by force. But I hope that doesn't happen to them in this game. As much as, you know, the Malawians are doing everything possible to get in the game, a goal for the Super Eagles, Super Falcons of Nigeria, you know, I think we'll break down the morale of the Malawians and probably give opportunity for the Super Falcons to get more goals.
Just a suggestion. I'm thinking right now you probably want to get a second ball winner in the middle of the park and let either Echegini or Ajibade play in front of those two, because it looks like the runners that they have running in behind, it's just too much work, in my opinion, for only Ayinde to handle.
Well, I think you also look at it. Hazel is in this team, and obviously from what you've seen of the Super Falcons, she wins a lot of. In fact, most times she's the one who tries to, you know, get into those aerial duels. You know, from how they've played. This is not just about this game, but she has been pushing, you know, up more. Probably would have, you know, would need to have a Tony Payne inside of that midfield. Try as much as possible to, you know, calm down the nerves, and of course she gets all of the first balls and tries as much as possible to also transition. She's good on the fast break. Maybe that's what they need, because again they are leaving a lot of space in the middle, you know, against whatever they are trying to plan, the Malawians. And I think we just need to explore that part of the pitch just with a bit of, you know, calmer head. With that, I think we'll be able to build up in terms of the possession and, you know, obviously transition the ball forward without much fear. You know, that is just what we've not been able to hack. Again, you know, Madugu is somebody who knows how to, you know, read the game, and most times it's his in-game management that gets us over the line. So again, maybe we just need to do one or few things to, you know, for us to get the first goal and see how it goes. But for me, we just have to, you know, just as Femi mentioned the other time, that fast break transition from the Malawians seems to be, you know, what they are basically going to be, you know, doing all night. Do we have the answers for that? You know, it's a question that we have to answer, and Madugu has to tell us, you know, what he thinks, and of course, gets some of those tricks up his sleeves.
55 minutes on the clock. It is the coverage of the Women's African Cup of Nations game. Yes, it is Nigeria against Malawi. A goalless affair it is still at this point in time. And yes, action coming to you from Brillo Media. Yes, 090-41,889, 090-44,889. Let's hear from you this evening and take your thoughts as far as this one is concerned. Son says, good evening, Brillo team. Super Falcons should not underrate these Malawian girls. The tactics of going toe-to-toe is currently paying off. Those Super Falcons will win the match, but not with a big margin. Maybe 2-0 or 2-1. Well done, guys. You guys are doing a great job. Kintayo from Agbara. Kintayo, thank you so much. This one here says, yes, good evening, my brother VQ, and my name is Elder Sylvester. I remember this evening when you people were, calling, they said we'll beat them 5 to 6 goals. I said to myself that this game would not be as easy as everyone is predicting. Yes, we saw what Cape Verde did during the last World Cup. Okay, this one says, good evening, guys. Yes, it says, no matter how the Malawians them play, yes, no matter how they play, they go still chop up for our girls' hands. We need to bring in Oshoala. Yes, it says we need to bring on Oshoala at this point in time. Her quality is never in doubt. And I mean, 55 minutes, you want to start talking about possible changes right now? Yes, the changes are being effected. Uche Nakanu has come on for Chinwendu Ihezuo in this game. And yes, of course, let's see the coach already making quick changes. Of course, I can tell you that Ijami Lucy is also off. Yes, she has been replaced by Tony Payne. Yes, in this game, So yes, filling the flanks and making sure that they can have better runners who can use the ball from the outside the central areas, just on the flanks. Joseph.
100%. Kano is somebody who does a whole lot of that. We saw at the World Cup.
Hold up, please, great.
100%.
Yeah.
She's also going to continue to run at you. We found Joy from the left-hand side, but we've not exactly been able a whole lot to bite, but we've not been able to chew at any point in time. And I think it gives the Malawian defense more work to do. And I think it's about the right one. You also have Tony Payne, a whole lot of engine. I would have probably suggested, again, that's as I mentioned, Monday gift, but I don't think Tony Payne is a bad option. She's good on the fast break. She's good on the transition. But of course,
good passer too.
Good passer as well. So I think we would need a whole lot of that for us to have any meaning of all of the chances that we've been presented with in this game. I think people should just calm down. We've always had some of these kind of games. Remember the last WAFCON, Botswana was a hard.
It looks like okay. The striker was complaining that she was brought down in the box there, but the referee, of course, didn't pay any attention to that. In the build-up to that, Uche Nakanu, of course, was brought down. But yes, the referee, of course, has a given foul in favor of Nigeria. The ball had actually been in Nigeria's possession, by the way, before that foul was spotted there. And for their striker, of course, who dropped in the box, there was no contact. Yes, the ball was cleanly won before she went down. So play will continue with the foul to Nigeria as they'll be hoping to get something. 59 minutes on the clock. Yes, it is Nigeria new, Malawi new as action continues. Yes, bringing you all of it right here from our studios, Brother Media, the coverage of the Women's African Cup of Nations. And I can tell you, yes, it is the first game of the competition with defending champions Nigeria. Yes, right in it against the debutants. But yes, it has been a goalless affair in this fixture. Yes, heading into an hour, yes, as far as this game is concerned. Let's talk to you on the show this evening. Yes, heading into an hour, there was a shed pool there, so it's a foul against Nigeria, going the way of Malawi in this fixture. But I can tell you for certain, action as it continues right here, it is yes, Nigeria against Malawi, and it is a goalless affair. Let's take some calls. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, welcome.
You guys in the studio.
Welcome, thank you.
This is Cosmo calling from Onitsha.
All right, let's hear you now.
I love the changes Madagun made just now.
Mm-hmm.
Let the Super Falcons move forward. I will not accept anything less than 3 points from them.
Okay.
For their victory against the Malawians. They should not let us down.
All right.
We are, I promise, I pray for them. We are behind them. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for that one. And in the course of all that was going on there, Tosin Dimei has picked up a yellow card, the second Nigerian to be booked in this game. Yes, she has picked up a yellow card, probably for something she said, because I know that there was a pullback. Not sure if she was the one who was involved in that, but probably for something she said to the referee. Yes, it is 2 yellow cards apiece. Yes, Unguluwe picked up a yellow card in the 30th minute. And yes, of course, it is now Madise who also picked up a yellow card for this side. But I can tell you right now that Tosin Dimei has picked up a yellow card in the 60th minute of this encounter as Nigeria against Malawi still go neck to neck in this fixture. Yes, Women's African Cup of Nations encounter. And yes, it is a goalless affair between these two sides. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, welcome.
Yeah, this is Ola calling from.
Ola, you're welcome this evening. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I think the play has been terrible, has been shambolic. Because this is the 10th time African champion. This is the distance of Costa. We can't spring up 5 passes together. I think if you watch closely, this is the reoccurrence of what happened the last Nations Cup. Whereby we have been bailed out by the talent we had. If you look from the beginning of the tournament, it got to a stage. I think I remember when we were about to play Zambia. With the way we are playing, we don't think scared of. We losing to the Zambia in the quarterfinal. And this same thing is happening.
We beat Zambia 5-0.
And it now, we now have to question the technical department of the team. Before picking up a coach, we understand he won the last Nations Cup, but is this the right person to take us to this same tournament again? It's not all about scoring. It's all about the playing. It's shambolic. It seems as if we are the deputants in this game. With the kind of right of players we have, the pedigree is miles ahead. Miles ahead. And look at what we are playing. It seems as if this team, they never had a training, the technical depth in this game is dead. It's so sad. We should be looking beyond the African Cup of Nations. We should be looking beyond that. You only 10 Nations Cup. And in Europe, we are not. If this team qualifies for the World Cup and with this same coach, I don't think we will scale to the group stage. I don't think so. Because clearly, this man will need a better coach. And if you see the Moroccans, the lack of talent they had, but the coach was there, and you could see the changes, you could see the play. It's totally different from what we are watching here.
Okay.
It's not been about the first game.
All right.
It's about the occurrence of what we saw last tournament.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much for that one. And again, uneasy to say lies the head that wears the crown. And in situations like this, when it gets really difficult and people raise questions about your pedigree, what are you expected to do? Rise to the occasion? I think that's about the only way. If not, all conversations as to, we're not exactly getting it right, we're playing like the debutants and all of that. I think if it was the same conversation with guys like Spain when they had their goalless draw against Cape Verde, they'll probably be putting themselves in a place where they know that the only way you can show that you're better than a team is to respond in the competition and keep yourself in it as much as possible. Again, whether we underrated them or not, it has played out already, and with what they have been able to show in 64 minutes, I think it is credit to the quality of hard work they have put into it. Not to say that Nigeria should not overrun them, but again, a team is as good as the performance it shows on the day. And gentlemen, if you've not been able to give them 5-0, of course, doubts like this can begin to creep in.
Well, I think
even from the most believing of fans.
I think it's largely unfair. Looking at how we won the last WAFCON, if you follow this team a lot, if you follow them enough, as a matter of fact, you know we are not exactly a high-scoring side. Most times we are pragmatic, first of all, and that is how we won. Botswana, well, I was talking about Botswana, I was talking about games like you probably felt okay, maybe we were losing, apart from the first game we had. I think we won 2 goals to nothing in the first game of the WAFCON. It was not much of a flashy showing. But first of all, this is a tournament. And whether you like it or not, there are teams who are narrowing the gap, from the, now I'm not saying maybe they are not winners or nothing, but Botswana were supposedly that team we should be running over during the last WAFCON as well. But the truth is we had to score a late goal to get over them. 1 goal to nothing, which was a deflected effort. I'm not sure anybody would have seen that. I mean, we were applauding this same man, Justin Madugu, and say, he's a fantastic coach. All of a sudden, because we are struggling in the first game, means he's a terrible manager. I do not believe so. I think, again, you would not always have all your games, as
100%,
perfect. Yeah. We struggled in the previous game before we played against Zambia. We absolutely ran them over 5. So I think it is unfair when people start to say he's not the one to lead. I just think it's because you, first of all, do not follow this team enough. And if you follow them enough, you would know that sometimes things can get like this. This is a team that is built on pragmatism. This is a team that is not concede a lot of goals while scoring just enough to qualify and to win games. First of all, you need to understand where this team is coming from, what the realities are, what we really are, and what you expect. So in my opinion, yes, they have their pedigree, winning 10. It is all fine. But the truth is, it's beyond the surface level. It's beyond just knowing that we've won before. You can't even mention 5 names of these girls for crying out loud. I say you have the
Joseph,
you have all
let's
the
not go
talent.
there.
No,
09041,889, Yes, the number to call to be a part of the show this evening. Again, credit to Malawi for what they have been able to show,
you give
what
them
they
the
have
flowers,
put
but it's
on
unfair
tape
to
tonight. It is impressive. If it happens this way, I mean, I'm sure that with the showing we saw from Cape Verde, the game they played against Spain at the World Cup. The 2-2. In fact, that goal that guy scored won the goal of the tournament.
Imagine
it was
somebody
just announced
saying
today.
Scaloni is not a good coach. Or say with the amount of talent Argentina had,
Well,
supposed to be rolling over
maybe
Cape Verde.
because we've won it too many times and everybody's again. I like to be pretty circumspect about things like this because that team you do not know well enough could have that potential banana skin that would be the problem.
It happens all the time.
Again, but I think again for me it is a question of we staying where we've been all these years and still be riding on the high horse of we always conquer and then everybody goes behind. As long as it is Nigeria, once we show up, we'll always win. When we really should be winning and be working hard to just maintain that high rather than get too comfortable with the fact that we've done it 10 times and it should be our birthright. 09041,889. Let's take some messages, of course, on WhatsApp right here. Just this one here. He says, good evening, guys. Okay. I think we've taken that one. He said, Malawi go chop him. This one says, good evening, Bula. I don't understand the Super Falcons, so it's not like Malawi is offering anything serious, any serious resistance, but Nigerian girls are not playing well. They are unable to hold the ball and make decisive moves. Alphonsus from Eco Atlantic. Let's see if the moves will be decisive enough at some point in this game. There's still some 22 minutes of a normal time left in this fixture between Nigeria and Malawi. Yes, it is now 69 minutes. Yes, 69 minutes. And yes, where's this going to go? Let's wait for it and see what it will be for Nigeria in this game. Because, yes, the Malawians doing everything possible, just everything possible to make sure they deny the chances that Nigeria are trying to create for themselves in this game. Femi, what would you do at this point in time?
Well, I think that the Super Falcons just have to, continue applying the pressure. So far, so good in the last 10 minutes of the game. I think that the Malawians are...
They're tiring out now?
Yeah. I think they are. I think that we just have to, continue doing the same thing. Put the pressure on them. I mean, I've seen a couple of good runs from Tony Payne. Chamulisi wasn't given that vibe when she was on the pitch of play, but hey, Tony Payne is in, and she's doing all of that to some extent. And then you talk about Uche Nakano, who's also on the pitch for them right now. I haven't seen so much of her, but again, if you build up for her and all of that, I think she's one player that can actually sting the Malawians. The Malawians, like we've all said so far, going forward they look bereft of idea. Yes, they look bereft of idea. It's not like when they go forward they do so much with the ball because most times they don't have a lot of bodies up front. And so by the time they get the ball up front, you probably are finding like maybe one or two of them up front, and by that time the Super Falcons of Nigeria, they've not marked them already, and nothing can actually happen in that space. But the Super Falcons have to be careful. They have to be careful in a game like this. As much as, like I said, the Malawians are getting tired already to some extent, you don't want to slip off. One goal comes in from them and you have yourself a lot of job to do, because you then have to start chasing the equalizer and then start beginning to chase the win. So for me, I just believe that so far the Super Falcons of Nigeria, honestly speaking, I don't think I've been disappointed. Honestly speaking, I think that majority of times, or a lot of times, our individual talents have come to bail us out. And so because that happens, sometimes we think that we have a superb team. Yes, we do. We have names. Absolutely, we do have names. But majority of times, there will be individual talent, individual brilliance from them. At the end of the day, let's be thankful that we even have the talent. I mean, there are people who don't even have the talent to even bail them out. So I think that's again, whatever the manager told them in the halftime or whatever he preached to them in the halftime, I don't think he's doing so much in terms of this game.
The only reason why individual talents will bail us out is because they were positioned to do something. We've had talented teams fail many times.
That's why I said that let's be thankful that we have talented players.
So it's not a case of, I mean, the instructions would be, for example, we had so many goals from set pieces during the last tournament. Alozie, you good on the ball, you can whip in those crosses. We did win games. In fact, 2 games out of the last WAFCON. And then, doing all of that, we had players like Ijami Lucy, yes, talented. But the truth is, if you don't give Ijami Lucy the instruction to, come from the wing, it would never have happened like that. So I think, in my opinion, yes, we have all the talent, but we've had fantastic, world best teams, cave with all of the talents that they have again, and we turn down to blame the manager. So in my opinion, yes, it could be hard, but again, I don't think it's out of the ordinary.
Okay, let's of course get right into it. 17 minutes of normal time left in the game because it is now 73 minutes in this fixture. Yes, Malawi against Nigeria. The Women's African Cup of Nations is the first game of Group C. Yes, for Nigeria. Yes, it is the first game in the group that they are playing right now, and I can tell you it is a goalless affair after 73 minutes with the Super Falcons of Nigeria looking to capitalize and advance and still create something in this game and maybe take advantage of whatever they can do if they can get the combinations right in this situation. Will it go the way of the Super Falcons of Nigeria, or will Malawi, of course, stand as strong as possible once again and get the job done? Ladies and gentlemen, it is looking really, really good for Malawi. And yes, I can tell you, oh yes, Malawi are in front. Yes, they are in front. 1-0 they lead. It is 1-0. Malawi have taken the lead in the 74th minute of this game. It is Nigeria 0, Malawi 1. Yes, yes, of course, they have taken advantage and they have indeed taken the lead in this game. 1-0. Yes, of course, they went for that long one. They were able to beat that defense line, and yes, she ran in behind. Yes, drew the goalkeeper to one side and was able to. But goal is being checked. Goal is being checked. Goal is being checked. Was she offside? It looks like she was on. It looks like she was on, and she running behind the goalkeeper. It looks like she was on. I'm not sure this is going to be ruled out. This was the same lady, yes, one of the Chawinga sisters who was talking about what they could do in this game. Yes, Temwa Chawinga, yes, the Kansas City forward, yes, the Kansas City forward who of course plays in the US. And yes, she of course she was talking about this competition, talking about this particular game to say, yes, we may be the underdogs, but that's not a cloak we want to wear for this competition. And there you have it. Yes, they are in front as far as this one is concerned. 75 minutes on the clock, and the check is still on. The check is still on. We'll see where this goes. But yes, we did talk about how they needed to maintain a good level of defensive discipline coming into this stage of the game, where, of course, a draw is not so bad if it ends that way. Just take it in the chin and then work harder. But this time around, they have 15 minutes to chase a lead. To chase the lead by the opponent, and this might be Nigeria's undoing as far as this one is concerned. Decision says it's a goal. Yes, VAR check complete. Decision says it is a goal for Malawi, and yes, the decision stands 1-0 for Malawi. Yes, Temwa Chawinga, yes, the scorer for Malawi. They lead 1-0, and yes, everything they have thrown into this game definitely working out right now, because yes, they give it a fight. They ran after every ball, and it has just been a good performance by the Malawians as far as this particular game is concerned. So yes, which way will it go? Will the Nigerians look to fight back in this game right now, or will Malawi, of course, run more and run as if their life depends on it? Femi, we've seen it. We were talking about how important it was for Nigeria to at least maintain the discipline of not letting them run in behind, because they scored a goal which was ruled out for offside, rightly so. But this time around, Malawi have come back, and this time they have scored.
Well, I think that for Malawi, whatever they've done so far in this game, I think it's paid off for them, honestly. honestly, I think that the Super Falcons of Nigeria now understand that they have to do. It gets to a point in this game, they probably will begin to chase a draw. Get a draw and not, lose your first game of this competition. For me, honestly speaking, I think they've done good. They've done well in this game for the Malawans. They've done absolutely good. That goal, I don't know if Chiamaka Nnadozie will probably look at herself and believe I'm the reason why we considered that goal, because that was a very, sketchy one. That shouldn't pass in you. I mean, you're one of the best female goalkeeper, in fact, in the world. let me even praise her that high. You're that good. But there's always that bad day at the office. It's just sad that you had. So far so good. She's been good in this game. It's just that she's had to contribute her own quota to how undecent they played in this game so far. But for me, I think that for the Malawians, at this point they dreamt. And it seems that their dream is becoming a reality. And beyond all of that, they probably now are thinking we can get maximum win here. We get maximum win here, 3 points for ourselves. And technically, we might not just be the whipping girls of this group anymore. And so for me, it's a good stand for them in this game. For the Super Falcons of Nigeria, I mean, the job is well cut out now. You have to come back into the game, get an equalizer, and then dream of winning. But I don't know how that's going to happen in terms of how these things are for them right now.
Joseph, we talked about South Africa being beaten yesterday. Little did we know that today Nigeria would probably be staring at it. There's still 12 minutes of normal time to be played in this game. Anything can still flip, but it looks like the underdogs are stepping up in this year's edition of the WAFCON.
Yeah, 12 more minutes of insane grafting they are going to be needing to get anything inside of this game. But the truth is, you look at Femi talked about Chiamaka Nnadozie. I thought she had that covered 100%. It was I don't know. I just do not know how she didn't manage to get out. The ball was basically she mistook. I mean, she took an extra step and then it bounced off her. It was a really fortunate one for her. But again, sometimes these mistakes are the ones that determine the outcome of a game. But I think individually, some of the players have not come to the party. Talking about the technique, sometimes you can't control the first ball, and of course before.
And it is 2-0 for Malawi. 2-0. Yes, Malawi have scored a second against the Super Falcons of Nigeria. It is 2-0 right now. Yes, Malawi with a second against the Super Falcons of Nigeria. Yes, they dreamt, and now it is happening for them, because yes, they have scored twice against Nigeria. Yes, it is 2-0. Malawi definitely, yes, have the Super Falcons of Nigeria. It's a scorching encounter against Nigeria right now, and the entire backline has gone to bed. Yes, the entire backline has gone to sleep, and it was just an easy goal for Malawi. 2-0 against Nigeria. They were 13 odds plus to win this game, and now they are on the verge of making that happen in this fixture. It is Malawi 2, Nigeria 0. Yes, WAFCON 2026, and yes, it is a blockbuster already. Yes, Malawi 2, Nigeria 0. I can tell you that for certain. Malawi lead 2-0. It is the 80th minute of this encounter right now. Yes, 80 minutes on the clock. It is 2-0. Yes, I can tell you. And this time around, it is Tabitha Chawinga. Yes, who of course has scored. The other sister who has scored. This is the older sister now. The two of them rising to the occasion and scoring 2 goals against the Super Falcons of Nigeria, who have never lost to a debutant in this competition. I guess there's always a first time. 090 41,889, 090 44,889. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
I'm laughing.
Okay.
Why am I laughing? Because I just dropped my call when I say, well, once Nigerian comes, because I see this play, I see that these people are not good 100%. They are not even playing together as a football team. That individual play is 50%. It's not even up to 80%. But your guys over there, they say, nobody should complain about the coach. Nobody should complain. The second coach at the end, they are the one that took them to the last Cup of Nations where they win.
Yeah.
But they never collect what they promised to those girls for them. They expect another good outing.
It is the thing they promised them that is causing.
How are we thinking?
It is the promise they made to them that's causing this one now.
Oh, they want to correct at this time around.
No, I'm asking if you think what they promised them and they didn't give them is what is causing
They
this.
didn't give them now.
It is what is that what is causing this?
Is that why they are losing?
Yes, nobody can do it. Before small pikin send message today. You promise that small pikin that I will give you biscuit at the club. They do not give that biscuit. All I get tomorrow send a message.
But it was not talk saying they go again. They could have just said we are not coming.
I mean,
Nobody will say they are not coming now.
Well, since they do not fulfill your promise,
if you know you are not going to give your best, well, that's a different conversation.
This is the only thing you can see.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you so much for that one. Yes, it is 2-0. Yes, Malawi in front in this game against the Super Falcons of Nigeria. And yes, I can tell you, yes, that's what it is right now. They lead by 2 goals in this game. Yes, it is 2-0 right now. And Malawi will be hoping that they get something else in this game because so far, yes, they've done an amazing job. Almost got a third right there. And all of a sudden, there's no response whatsoever coming from the Nigerian bench or anything, of course, that the coach is probably looking at doing at this point in time. We talked about some of the names that probably should have been called upon. But yes, I think, they've exhausted their options. It's not looking really good right now as far as this one is concerned. This one says, greetings, my guys. My name is Peter. Okoronkwo has been substituted. Yes, Okoronkwo has been substituted. Oshoala has come in to replace her, yes, in this game. This one says, greetings, my guys. My name is Peter. They are in front, but they are definitely not winning this game. The coach needs to bring in experienced players like Oshoala.
I guess that
this match will be a draw. Malawi are not winning tonight. This one here says, hi, Timbula. Yes, you didn't read my message. The coach is the problem of this team. Okay. Let's take this one. It says, I never even trusted the coach. The man,
see the duality of
this one said, these girls are playing like champions. Their passes are not connecting. They're not playing well today. My name is Kenneth. Okay, Kenneth. All right, Femi, you're going to say something.
So I think that one thing that either you think is the fault of the coach or either you think is not the fault of the coach. One thing we can all agree on is the Super Falcons didn't play well in this game.
No,
they didn't play well. That is basic.
Let's also agree that the Malawians have actually been better in the sense that they have finished their chances when they created.
Yes.
And they stuck to the same thing they were trying to do.
We were even barely creating chances.
Running behind and don't give them any chance on the ball. They did that for most parts of the game, just lumping it forward, and at some point it paid off. In fact, twice for that matter, because when we were looking at creating overloads to go at them, we started having more players high up the pitch, and that left us pretty light at the back, and they took advantage.
Well, I think the defense has, rarely have I seen this team. They were ball watching. The first goal, Nadozie, the second one, no communication between the defenders. And then the goalkeeper came and made a mess of the entire thing. I think this is 100% on the players. I look at sometimes when they get the ball, how they move the ball. It's a completely different team entirely. I feel like we had better technicians on the ball, but somehow there's something we call elephant passes. You know, like when they pass ball to you, if you control them and then you make the mess of it. We've turned over possession more times than I've actually even seen the Super Falcons play.
Away from all of this talk, is this the shocker we need to start being ourselves?
Well,
the reminder.
It's not safe.
Just in case we came into this competition being overconfident of the fact that we've won it 10 times, is this the sort of jolting we need to now tell ourselves that, okay, just because we've won it 10 times doesn't mean that it is our birthright?
Yes, it's not our birthright. I think, again, if nothing is evident enough, the fact that all the teams now are gradually narrowing, the gap from the middle point to the top, it's now getting slimmer. slimmer by the year. And whether you like it or not, you are not going to have, if you're sleeping on what you have at this point in time, you're never going to have it forever. We're talking about Ghana. I would not be surprised if Ghana eventually go. I mean, they've always been like the bottom part of the entire jokes about WAFCON for a very long time. But you look at how they've built up to this tournament. It's crazy. They've been winning like crazy, and this should be four. This should be four against us. But we just have to be better.
In fact, in terms of the number of big chances today, Malawi have had the most big chances in this fixture. I'm talking about the fact that they have kept themselves in it as much as possible, created problems for us in these situations, and so far, with what we have seen, it is just Malawi who have actually been doing all the nice things, making sure that they keep themselves in it as much as possible. Joseph Obisheson is like the referee or the coach in this situation, calling for fouls, calling for this, calling for that. We've not seen any of those. But I can tell you that Malawi have had 12 shots, 6 on target, 3 big chances and 5 corner kicks in this game. Nigeria has had 11 shots, 6 on target, no big chance, but 4 corner kicks in the game. An XG of 0.61 for Nigeria, and Malawi 1.57 in this fixture. 2 yellow cards apiece. Nigeria have completed 199 passes out of a 283, 70%. And I can tell you also that the Malawians have had only 53% of their passes complete, and it is 115 out of a 217 in this game. There's a penalty check going on, a possible penalty check going on, because that header came off the arm of a player, yes, a Malawi player, before the goalkeeper got a hold of it. It looks like it's a penalty for Nigeria. We would have to wait to see possible penalty check. That's why the free kick has not been taken. We're waiting to see what the final decision would be, if that would afford Nigeria a chance to at least pull one back before we talk about what could possibly happen in this game. But I can tell you a decision is yet to be made. 090-41,889, 090-44,889. Hello, good evening.
That's why the free kick has not been taken.
Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, welcome.
Yes, this is Emi Jakata speaking from Anambra State.
Okay, let's hear you.
The shot, the result doesn't baffle me, because it's what I expected. Because of the ladies, the Spartans. How many friendlies did they play? The amount they promised them in this Morocco last 2 years, have they played it? How can you ask them now to put effort and play more? That when they win, you see that eat the money. So it's better we not qualify and go to that World Cup. But even if you qualify and win it, go to World Cup. Those in our other class will still eat the money. So it's better we come home. And it's better we come. It's not compulsory that we win. After we have won it 10 times. So it's better we are outside and we come home than they're going to World Cup. Or win it again. Then the class will eat the money. 100,000, would you have they paid it to them? You can't let them. So how can they compare themselves and come and play and go free? We will eat the money. They know no friendly. How many friendly did they play before this tournament? Now I want them to kill themselves and come and play again. They win, they eat the money. The truth is bitter, but I am here to tell you the absolute truth. Maybe Nigerians will not like it. I don't like it. But that is the absolute truth. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for that one. I can tell you a decision has been made. It is penalty for Nigeria. Yes, a penalty for Nigeria. Came off the arm of that player after Uche Nakanu headed it towards goal. It came off the arm of a defender, and the captain of the team, yes, Rashidat Ajibade, is the one standing over the ball for the Super Falcons of Nigeria. And yes, if she finds the back of the net, she halves the deficit. And we'll be hoping that in the 8 minutes that have been added, Nigeria might be able to pull something else. But yes, it has to start from this spot kick that has been awarded to the Super Falcons of Nigeria. In the meantime, yes, there's been a quick change by Malawi. Yes, they have made yet another change in this game. Yes, of course, it is a quick change. Yes, Kadzere, of course, being substituted in this game. And yes, Chikupila coming in to replace her as action continues. I can tell you also that Nigeria have a penalty, and it is Rasheedat Ajibade who, of course, is saddled with the responsibility of at least pulling one back for the Super Falcons in this game. And I can tell you that Nigeria have indeed pulled one back. Rasheedat Ajibade steps up and yes, found the back of the net. The goalkeeper didn't give the goalkeeper any chance at making any move to save the ball at all. Okay. But yes, it is 2-1 right now. Just for those of you who said go or 2.5, there you go. You have it. Of course, you can follow the action all across our social media platforms at Brilla Media. Yes, is where you can follow it on Facebook, on YouTube, as well as TikTok. Yes, the game is live and we are bringing you the action at 92 minutes. Yes, 92 minutes. It is counting down now. It is Nigeria 1, Malawi 2. Yes, the Women's African Cup of Nations, and that of course is what you have right now. It just tells you everything you need to know about Malawi and what they have been able to patch up to come up with in this game, because as it stands, we are seeing the goalkeeper just didn't know what to do. I mean, she couldn't make a decision in terms of whether to go left or go right, and she was just there standing, and when that ball found the back of the net, again, this is not a team that has a lot of runners, and so sometimes you don't have situations where our runners can really bail us out and do some of those things, because the Malawians are full of running, and yes, at some points they look pretty leggy, but they've just been able to conserve their energy in such a way that they are playing with their heart. It looks like beating Nigeria will be the most important thing tonight. Like, let's put our bodies on the line, and if we are able to do that, it will be the only thing that counts for us in this game, and we will be happy to have done that. Of course, we won't be happy.
I won't be surprised if they declare public holiday in Malawi,
This is not the cup final.
No, I mean, but then, I mean, you're playing defending champion, you're playing that competition for the first time.
That was almost in. It wasn't. It didn't cross the line. If it didn't cross the line, it didn't cross the line.
No.
It looks like a foul on the goalkeeper. There was a beautiful cross that came in, and Nigeria headed it towards goal. And just when you thought it was going in, yes, there was a clearance almost on the goal line. Yes,
that's even offside.
Uche Nakanu, yes, got a header to it, but it wasn't the strongest of headers, and it bounced before crossing the line for the defenders to clear. And yes, the goalkeeper came out to also clear. The goalkeeper was fouled in the process, and yes, it stays at 2-1 as they look to further kill the momentum of this game by doing everything possible to prevent Nigeria from getting into that space again. I think from what I saw in this game, a single pivot was not good enough. Deborah Abiodun and Ayinde probably should have played for Rasheedat Ajibade, so that you have two people who can help you prevent the opponent from having the ball, and yes, cause more problems. But I can tell you that Malawi, once again, they are going for it and they are giving it everything. It is 3-1. It is 3-1. Malawi have scored again. Yes, they have scored again, almost out of nothing. Malawi have made it 3-1 to the Super Falcons of Nigeria. Yes, 3-1 against the Super Falcons of Nigeria. And yes, Malawi have scored a third goal in this game. Yes, a third goal in this encounter. And at this point in time, yes, resistance is futile, because that goal didn't demoralize them. They kept going and going and going. She was well onside. Goalkeeper was out of her line. And yes, she just jabbed it into the back of the net with the goalkeeper in acres of space away from the goal line. It is 3-1. Malawi, of course, have made it a count where it mattered. It is 3-1 against the Super Falcons of Nigeria. I do not remember any time Nigeria has had such a terrible game in a long time. I mean, this is not avenue to match.
Again, this is a bad game. Like, this is not even a function of
write it off.
It's a bad game.
Write it off.
There's no positive from this conversation. It's not a thing of they played well and they lost.
Write it off.
No,
it's not about the match.
Write it off. That's what you do. No. I mean, it was a bad game. Let's put it behind us.
Like, there's no explanation for this.
Nah.
The goalkeeper, only the goalkeeper alone has committed 2 goals, 2 errors and less to go. I can't even call it errors.
Let's take some calls on the show. Hello.
Something is wrong somewhere.
Hello, Vicky.
Good evening.
How you doing? Tell me in the studio.
Yes, he is. Welcome.
Maximum paying, brother.
We're fine.
Yes, so this is Kennedy.
Kennedy, let's hear you.
Yes, so the realest road around the city of Lagos. Look, I got to tell you one thing. You can't keep repeating the same players over time. We are not developing at all. The same player, is it only Oshola that we have in this country?
She lost that.
People who don't collect $100,000 the other time. What do you expect from them? They are not hungry anymore. The same player Oshola, old players. Are we trying to say that these are the only crop of players we have in this country? It's not fair, honestly speaking. We just want everything ready-made. We are not grooming new players. We are not injecting players that can run, that are energetic. It's very painful, honestly speaking. What is it? Is it Oshola? Look at them in camp. They are always dancing their head. These people are a bunch of unserious players, I won't tell you guys. It is time for us to have new set of players. In fact, the last championship we had, it is on Sherlock. Not that we are that good. I won't tell you lies. Morocco just flopped, or maybe the odds just, favored us.
Was it only one match we played in that whole competition? Is it that we just came and played only the final? We played games before the final now.
Then they dash us the cup.
So we were lucky all 6 games.
And you went to that.
Let's be realistic. We need new blood to be injected in that team.
I understand this conversation each time we don't win.
They've done their best. Let them bow out when the ovation is still out.
They're young girls.
Please.
Anyways.
We've had enough of this crop of players. Thank you. God bless you.
All right. Thank you so much for that
for
one.
you to know that this color was paid. When he first called, he was using phone. He was using, I want to tell you.
Nigeria don't lose match. It don't matter.
But these ladies are young.
Make we even go out to win this competition. Some people go talk say for that loss of the first game.
I think I'll follow VQ's idea or opinion of let's just write this one off.
Write it off.
This is a bad.
What's the explanation? What exactly do you want
How
to
do
say?
you explain the goalkeeper moving aside? It's like 10 yards off goal.
What are you doing?
Decide.
What are you doing? So there's no point. There's no explanation. Even after they added 8 minutes.
This is a bad dream. That's a bad dream. Wake up. Malaria dream.
Somebody please wake Joe.
Look, somebody jolted them out of this one.
This.
There's no explanation. In fact, if I'm the manager, I'm going to that press conference and just saying Nigerians were sorry. Like we're sorry. There's no explanation for this.
The players have to be accountable. They have to own up to this. This is terrible.
Nothing but a magic.
Nothing but a magic.
Okay, one more for Nigeria. 3 goals to 2. Uche Nakano scoring that, but it looks like she was offside. Was she? Okay.
She wasn't sure.
It looks like the goal stands for Nigeria. If he stands 3 goals to 2, if he doesn't,
but even 3 goals to 2.
See that Baba face, Baba the para. Baba, what can you do at this point? That she was onside. She was onside. Look, you see how bad their goalkeeper is. She's not been tested in this game at all. No. Like this goalkeeper. 09041,889, 09044,889. It's happening here. It's happening here. It's happening here. Malawi will lead 3 goals to 2 against the Super Falcons. Hello, good evening.
This is nothing but the magic.
Hello, good evening.
Brother, good evening.
Welcome. I'm fine, thank you. Okay, go on.
You see, we are laughing. We deserve it. Nigeria is a laughing stock.
No, I mean I'm not. How do you mean? So we deserve
they cannot see anything good. Look at them. Look at them. No friendly match for these girls. And they thought it's their best side. They deserve to lose the match. And if they come back to get this match to draw, it's cheating. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that one. And let's see what the decision will be. Looks like there's a VAR check, Joseph.
Yeah, there's a VAR check and
goal given.
The goal has been given.
Goal given. It's 3 goals to 2. And Malawi will probably be asking questions. Only 8 minutes were added. Why are we in the 11th minute? It is full time. Yes, it is full time. Malawi 3, Nigeria 2. Yes, full time in that encounter. Yes, against the Super Falcons of Nigeria. The Scorchers of Malawi, yes, were the victors on the night, winning by 3-2. Would you believe it? Would you believe it? Who would have thought that this game will produce 5 goals and all 5 will not be scored by Nigeria? Yes, you heard me right. Who would have thought that this will be the outcome of this game? Let's hear from you this evening. Keep the messages coming in on WhatsApp and yes, on the phone lines as well. Let's go there. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, welcome.
Yeah, thank you. This is Dr. Yakelel.
You're welcome.
Before this game, I called in. I was telling Breezy that the team, I'm not satisfied and I can't see any improvement. I don't think. That was even before the match.
Yeah.
First of all, we're talking about not knowing Malawi. Myself, I'm not a coach. I read about this Malawian team, and even somebody predicted that they would be the surprise of the tournament. I'm not sure. I don't know you guys if you saw it. I read it that they would be the surprise of the tournament. I read it. I don't know any of the players, but I read about that. And then I looked through the Nigerian team. I looked at it. I couldn't see. I said, well, I don't think improvement in terms of maybe player selection, and I was discussing that just a few minutes before the match started with Breezy. So that was another one. But even in the game proper, I didn't see technical ability or improvement. Not, maybe the coach won the championship. For me, what I told Breezy, I said, well, I hope we will not go the way of South Africa. I hope we will not go the way of South Africa. That was before the match. That was what I said. And it was just looking at everything, looking at the player selection and reading the story I read about the Malawian team. I've not watched them play before. Those were the things. And during the game proper, looking at the technical ability of the coach, and then, no, I don't think we got it wrong. For me, I think I'm just beginning to believe that we have come this far because of what Randy Wardrobe, the coach before this guy, what he put this together, coming in, for Nigeria. That is my personal belief. I looked at everything. I'm not surprised with the results we are getting. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for that one as well. We have some comments on WhatsApp on the show this evening. Let's take them. This one says, Femi and VQ, we see WAFCON as our birthright because we've won it 10 times. It should not, yes, we should know that other countries are waking up to rub shoulders with Nigeria. There's too much hype before this match, and our Football Federation must ensure that proper preparation is always key. The Sylvester, this one is coming from you. Assisat is scoring 2 goals in this game before the last whistle. Bruh, that one don't pass.
Wake up.
This is what we call overconfidence. Yes, Kenneth, this one is coming from you. This one says, this is what happens when you don't prepare for a tournament. Preparation was 0. I remember the coach and the NFF giving us lamba that no team will be was willing to play Nigeria in friendly matches against us. This should serve as a lesson to everyone. Austin is coming from you. This one here says, good evening. It's a good night, my football crew. Nice job. Please tell me, yes. Okay, said the girls then fall our hand. Okay, let's go. This one says, good evening, Bula. Congratulations to the Malawian girls. Their tactics and their perseverance have paid off. They deserve to win this game. Meanwhile, someone should tell our girls to stay off creating content till the end of this tournament. Their approach to this game has been so poor, full of unseriousness. Instead, most of them to be sober and concentrate on the match rather than busy creating content. Okay, but some of those contents were actually WAFCON content, which every country did. Just because they are filtered into the space doesn't mean that they were wearing those jerseys just to go and be doing all that. They do it for every competition.
When we won the WAFCON, did anybody not see content?
Leave that one. Our overconfidence on the part of our girls was indeed what led to our downfall today. Akinta from Agbara. This one says, if Nigeria don't open their eyes, what happened to the Super Eagles will happen to the Super Falcons. I want you guys to remember this thing I said today. Oga, you said a lot of things, so I don't know which to remember. This one says, good evening, Bula crew. I'm Godwin from Ejigo. We just messed it up, Mr. President. To be honest, I'm not sure I can survive this. just a common 1.8 odds. They no fee give us.
Sorry.
This one says, good evening, I'm Victor Bruno Fernandez from Onitsha. When our Super Falcons are playing long balls in, they might lose the game. Okay. This one says, I'm Chigozie James. We will continue losing until the NFF do the right thing. We have the best player, some of the best players in the world, but look at, they cannot even hold the ball for like 8 seconds, playing like they've never played before. Unfortunately, you didn't put, okay, Chigozie is your name. Yes, you wrote your name there. This one says, good evening, my name is Big Sam from Yanokwaja. Thank God say my Malawi one-up don't enter. Waiting consign me. Okay. These people are just impossible. This one said, this is what they are going to play at the World Cup. Some countries like Spain, England, France will use us to do giveaway for their team. This one says, good evening to you guys in the studio. This is the worst game I've seen the Super Falcons play in my lifetime. Even at the World Cup, we never played like this. Ola from Ghana. Ola, this one is coming from you. This one says, is this what we're going to play at the World Cup? You need this competition to qualify for the World Cup. Not like we have qualified for the World Cup already. You're making it sound as if we qualify.
That's why when I keep saying
to qualify for the World Cup, you must get to the semi-final of this competition. It's the last four that will go to the World Cup.
That's
to
why
represent Africa.
for me, the job for me is get to the semi-final.
He's getting the World Cup ticket.
All those go and win it. I beg you.
England and France will use us to do goals giveaway. Okay, this one says, bonsoir, Vic, you and crew. Yes, your team is missing. Your team is missing Ashley Prompter. Yes, Landrin from Limbe in Cameroon. Yes, Landrin, thank you so much, Landrin. Thank you so much for that one. As far as this one is concerned, interesting game by the Malawians. Credit where it is due. They gave an amazing encounter, an amazing account of themselves as far as this game is concerned. Let's take some calls. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Okay, I'll try again. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello?
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Vicky. My name is Emmanuel.
Emmanuel, let's hear you.
Oh, what a shocker. Honestly, I'm just wondering why this is the first WAFCON. I knew Tabitha Chawinga really well. I followed her right from my time at PSG. I'm just wondering why are they making that